God, it's happening. Okay.
It's happening.
Cool.
Your
let me
first
know.
pod.
Oh my God, this is my first time. It was crazy. I think it was because of the rain.
Oh.
I was like a little thrown off, so then I decided to lie, which is weird.
Because you're in LA, so rain is crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to make my podcast like nice? Okay.
No, I'm just gonna move it. I don't want to just hear people talk about plastic. I just want them to talk about the interview. It's fine. I don't want to hear from them.
I've had guests, by the way.
Oh, can you move it just a little bit? I can see it in the frame. This plastic that I put down.
Give it to me. I'll get it out.
Sorry, Bo. Oh my God, she has plastic. Like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to fucking hear it.
First of all, it's very Gabby of you.
Thank you.
The plastic thing. But I've had guests, that they were like, I don't drink out of plastic.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't think you're supposed to. I think it's
you're
like
not supposed to anymore. Microplastics.
But like, because I have to research it.
Do you realize that, like, as babies... Yeah.
Okay, great.
Can you tell?
No. This is seamless, dude. You're so good. I'm scared of you now. That was like too smooth.
As babies, we drank out of hot bottles.
Yeah,
probably.
I don't think we're supposed to do that. I'm sure there's like moms
we're dead
that can afford it that are drinking out of. They're like doing it in glass.
Back
bottles.
in the days,
yeah,
there weren't glass bottles.
I know, but maybe there was. Though.
You think
maybe
like
they
the
were,
elite,
like, really heavy glass bottles and breasts.
the glass bottles are heavy though.
Yeah, but I feel like there's like a really nice like woo mom store that has like glass baby bottles.
Yeah, back in the day, you mean?
No, now. Like,
no, now they're glass bottles, babe.
So you have to preheat the milk, I would imagine. Do you have kids?
I do. I have two.
Cool.
I have none. Do you want?
I don't know. I did IVF like for the first time in the last 2 months.
Not IVF. The eggs freezing.
Just egg freezing.
Oh.
I did. I was at an IVF place, but it wasn't IVF. But it is. It's like a form of.
Yeah.
IVF.
Oh, I don't know about that. Wait, egg freezing. You have to do IVF to get them.
No, egg freezing. Like you just go to the IVF place. So now we're getting into semantics. But I did have to go to an IVF place.
Okay, but that's not IVF, babe.
Twice. I guess, but it feels bad. You do a lot of the same things.
Oh yeah, you do.
Like it's like a big part of it.
It's a lot of things to do.
Yeah, there's probably like women that have their egg freezing done. They're like, wait a minute, we're not gonna not call it IVF because we gonna call it something. It's a lot of shots.
But it is. People don't understand. It's not, first of all, a lot of people post on Instagram like their egg freezing journey and stuff, and it looks like, oh, I'm going. But it's a big thing. No,
dude, it's a lot. I mean, it's a lot. You're doing a bunch of shots at the same time every day. It's, a lot of hormones. This shit's expensive. It's not guaranteed that it's even going to work. And you're still spending all your money on it.
But it worked. Like you got the things. They're frozen.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, then it's maybe. Like I did it twice. I did back-to-back rounds and like got eggs.
Wow.
But because I have something called endometriosis, which is
I know about that.
And I'm 35, which I've been putting off freezing my eggs for a while. But when you're 35, like, your IVF doctor is like, your eggs are dying.
Like you need to do it now.
Yeah. They're like, you need to it's going to be like bad from here.
And then basically the plan is for people that do egg freezing for either to at some point take the egg, take the sperm, and then you make the embryo, and then you can impregnate yourself with it.
Or somebody else,
That's
right. And they can just carry it like for you, which is also just science is amazing.
I know.
It's crazy.
Do you picture what appeals to you more?
Shit, I don't know. I just was like, oh, I guess I need to go stare off a mountaintop and think about this thing I hadn't thought about.
I know. It's something that you just had to do. Yeah.
Yeah. So to put my head down and do it because I just want to keep working. But I'm a Leo, so I change my mind a lot. I never know what I'm going to think. So I just wanted to
be safe.
For sure. It's like
so did you not work when you were doing that?
A lot of women do. They have to.
Yeah.
I Shrinking, we wrapped in June and we start next month filming again. So I had a break, which was really nice.
I love Shrinking so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Do you know? Well, I'm going to tell you something.
No, I don't know, but I want to know it.
Okay. I kind of inspired Boop.
Well, how so?
It sounds like I'm lying. So
yeah.
Okay. Weirdly, very off target brand and audience. Bill Lawrence follows me. So weird, right?
Does he really?
He does.
Has he been on here?
He has been.
He has been on
here?
Yes. Oh, that's
why. From before. That's how he came on.
I love it. I wonder if him and Krista listen to you all the time.
I don't know if they came on together.
Oh, cute.
But he follows me and I say Boop a lot.
Yeah.
And that's how Boop
Did he tell you that?
He told me that.
That's cute.
I hope he's not lying.
Yeah,
he is a writer. He does make shit up.
He does tell stories. Okay, I didn't know that. Well, it's so nice to meet the originator of like pushing your husband off a cliff. I'm just like so nice to meet you.
And you were supposed to come on when you did Roadhouse with Lucas.
Oh, I didn't come.
And he ended up coming on without you.
That's right.
But he's obsessed with you.
I know, I love him so bad.
And I told him that you were coming on, and he was like, "Oh my God, tell her." And I'm like, "Okay, what should I tell her?" He was like, "Tell her I'm obsessed with her. Tell her if she remembers that time at South by Southwest where we couldn't stop laughing."
Yeah, he's a lunatic. That's like, I don't know if anybody's ever gonna see this interview, but he was like, I don't know. He was just on one. Like, I don't know how to describe it. He was being so silly, and he was saying the craziest shit.
And he
was just making me laugh. And like, but we you know, it's like a day where you're just doing back to back interviews. And it's got probably like 100 views or something, but it's a very, very dumb
it's
interview.
out there, you're saying?
Yeah, it's somewhere. But he was like just being so crazy. But I love him. Like,
and he said that he was like that they were getting mad, like whoever that outlet was at the time.
Were they? I don't remember. I feel like he's embellishing that. I don't think they knew. It was like a weird situation, but I feel like he's like adding like a little bit.
Well, I love that friendship and I love the movie.
Yeah,
but when you came in here, because we have to tell the people, you were like, "It's my first podcast ever."
What is this, dude? I don't know why I did that. I don't know. I'm in a weird mood, I think.
What's the mood?
It's really rainy out. It's really rainy right now.
It's throwing you off.
And I flew in last night.
Oh my God.
I then slept, at the hotel. Got here, this afternoon and was like, I've never done a podcast before. And I've done lots of podcasts before.
You're the so OG. Weird, you had a podcast before people had podcasts.
I guess I did.
You did?
It didn't feel like that at the time because there was always like Mark Maron's podcast, that feels like OG. That's like OG.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had one for about 5 years.
Why'd you stop?
I just want to do acting. Like, it's hard to do
keep
podcasts and like, yeah, because it's a full-time job. Like, now podcasting is like, you have to really, there's so many now, you have to really like work on it and produce it.
Right.
And then also it's like when you're a Daily Show correspondent, it's hard not to be seen as a correspondent. Like, it's like you'll get offered a lot of jobs to host or like comment on the red carpet or like do stuff like that when you're like talking. And it was like, okay, but I want to be an actor. Like,
so you knew that I was interested to know. So you knew because you were on the Daily Show.
Yeah.
Straight out of college.
Yeah.
So then you're saying you did get offered hosting gigs, red carpet gigs.
Sure, yeah.
And you turned them down?
Yeah. Well, I would do some. It's nice money doing that. But then I wanted to be an actor. Like, I didn't want to comment on Jessica Chastain's dress. I wanted to wear like a nice dress.
So you knew you wanted to be an actor even going into the Daily Show job?
I was an actor, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was an actor, but I did more comedy. And I did improv and all like the comedy in a performing arts high school. And I grew up in LA. So like there's the performing arts, if you do that, it's like the whole thing.
It's the whole thing.
Yeah.
And you went to college for it as well?
I went to Cal State Long Beach for a few years, and I did Upright Citizens Brigade while I was doing college. So I did college part-time. And then I got the Daily Show during that time. And then I left college to move here to New York. So I did that for like 8 years, I think. And then I
Did you want to get the Daily Show gig, or was it like...
I just wanted jobs.
So you like were sending out auditions?
I was just auditioning, doing bit things here and there.
Yeah.
And putting stuff up on stage. And I just wanted a job. And, there's always like the Saturday Night Live of it all. And there's always like the Daily Show. Those are like two separate things you can do where you're like a day player on something, really cutting your teeth. And I got the Daily Show. And so it was just kind of a no-brainer. But I was 22 then, which was crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah. I think I was on there for 5 years, maybe 22 to 27, I think.
And you moved to New York like by yourself?
I did, yeah.
How was
really
that?
Scary. It was really scary. Like, it was really, it was intense. Like, I'm a real LA girl.
Yeah.
Like here, they're like, as soon as you land, they're like, watch out, bitch. And you're like, oh yeah, you're right. You're like, oh damn, like it's crazy here. But I learned a lot. I learned a lot about myself. I feel like I can take care of myself because I lived here for 10 years. So
10 years?
Yeah.
Because you stayed.
Yeah, just about.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So you have love for New York when you come here and it's gross and rainy?
I do. Yeah, it's like I like all the weather. I mean, actually, I don't. I hate the weather. Why am I doing that? This is like when Dakota Johnson was like, I like limes, and then she was like, I don't know why I did that. I don't like limes.
And
like,
then do you know that she said that she's allergic to limes?
Is it really? That's
I feel like that's another lie.
That's too far.
No, that's
too far.
No, but she said that.
Yeah.
Now we can't believe her.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't.
So what did you just lie about?
I said I love the weather, but I don't like it that much. I hate it. It's kind of
when it's hot out all the time?
I do, yeah.
Really?
I like being hot. I don't mind being hot.
You don't like wearing that blazer and not sweating?
No, I could do without it. What if I just wore this and then just like shorts and then just like, you know, just walked outside and it was
Speaking
fine.
of your shorts, like I love Gabby's style so much.
Thank you.
Like, how did you guys like decide on that together? Like, how, like the costume designer just knew that's who Gabby was?
Yeah, I think when I was hired for the show, they didn't really know who Gabby was. They were like, we want to tailor her to the actress that plays her. And they were like, you know, we want her to be someone that people like are like, ooh, where did she get that? That was like the directive was, where did she get that? And so Allison Fanger, who is our, you know, costume designer for the show, like we did a lot of fittings, and we always do a lot of fittings for Gabby and like try and make things fit just right. But the key is, you know, our bodies are like so many different sizes and proportions. And for me, I'm like a 6 foot tall, curvy lady. But it's like if you buy clothes bigger, if you spend the money to tailor it, you can always take it down. So for Gabby, we buy clothes like big, and then we just
tailor it all. Well, that's not so fun for the normals of us all.
I just want to tell you guys that that's what
people
do on the show. So it doesn't seem like Gabby's just getting these off the rack.
And not only on the show, but celebs that we see in even like cool streetwear where you're like, how are those sweatpants falling exactly on her hip, but also big on her on the butt and like small. Like,
it's like weird. Sizes are like just suggestions. It's like a weird force.
But you have some like a lot of things that Gabby wears are like, okay. Like,
yeah, I just never want people to think like when they're looking at my page or anything that you can just like go out and buy it if you like kind of can't. I want you to know that it was like
created, tailored onto like those bike shorts were like the floral bike shorts were like sewn on.
Yeah, that's like we like tried a bunch of different.
Do you ever take anything home?
Yeah, it's nice, you know, because clothes like they're meant to be worn, but a lot of times when you shoot something, I think they take it all and put it in a vault somewhere, which seems
like use it for something else.
No, they just keep it in case they want to do reshoots or something. But like, clothes should be worn.
So you take them home?
Lived in. I do. I have too many clothes. Like I have my guest bedroom is just like clothes that I've gotten, which is like, it's like too much. But if I find something that's my size, I'm 6 feet, like I want it.
It's hard for you to shop.
I want it. Hell yeah, if you're tall, dude, it's ass out there.
Really?
Yeah, I ain't got no love for the tall girls.
So where do you find like well, they have like the long option, right?
Sometimes.
Some places.
Yeah, sometimes.
And that works for you.
Yeah, sometimes.
You're 6 feet, 6'0".
Yeah. I'm a solid 6 today because of my heels. I'm like 6'2", 6'3". But yeah, like sometimes, but a lot of times no. I'm a size 11 shoe, so I've got like.
You know what?
Feet.
Is everyone in the show
tall?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's tall.
Okay.
That's the thing.
God.
Short.
So you don't look mega tall.
No,
because like
I think they say it a lot. Like I think they wrote it in. Like I think Krista's character Liz calls me a tall slutty cat.
I love your friendship with her.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love good things in life? I love good things. I love luxury. But you know what I love more than luxury itself? Getting luxury at more affordable prices. I mean, is there anything better than when you get a steal of a deal? Nothing, for me at least. And of course, I'm talking about Quince, because Quince offers such a range of high quality items at prices within reach. Like they have 100% Mongolian cashmere sweaters from $50. Washable silk tops and dresses, cotton sweaters, like if you just like crew sweaters are all the rage. 14 karat gold jewelry. I literally bought my bed from Quince. Okay, if you want to see it, just ask me. Just ask me to where the magic happens. My sister just got a suitcase from Quince because if you are looking for like a bed, for instance, and you look at some of the more expensive retailers, like you can find that exact bed a lot of times at Quince, and it's just priced way more affordably because they work with factories directly and then have the website. They don't have physical stores, so they're saving you that money. So give yourself the luxury you deserve with Quince. Go to quince.com/notskinny for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's Quince, QUINCE.com/notskinny to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/notskinny. I want to read you guys an actual text message from my friend. She said, "My beautiful, do you still have Nutrafol?" I said, "Yes." And she goes, "Is there any chance you can bring me some, or should I get a subscription?" And I said, "Oh my God, great. It's working for you." And so she said, "Yes, it really is." Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand, which is trusted by over 1.5 million people. See thicker, stronger, faster growing hair with less shedding in just 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol. Like I said, it works. Even though everyone's hair journey is different, the common thread of something that does work is Nutrafol. If you're dealing with hair thinning, shedding, or any issues coming from like postpartum or hormone imbalance, Nutrafol really does work. Nutrafol has multiple formulas that are tailored to give your hair what it needs to grow. So I'm right now in my postpartum stage because I'm still breastfeeding. So that means I take the postpartum formula, but you should go on their website and see which one is right for you and start your hair growth journey with Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering my listeners $10 off your first month's subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the promo code NOTSKINNY10. Find out why over 4,500 healthcare professionals and stylists recommend Nutrafol for healthier hair. Nutrafol.com, that's spelled Nutrafol.com. The promo code is NOTSKINNY10. Nutrafol.com, promo code NOTSKINNY10.
Well, tell me about Getting Shrinking, because it's like such a favorite show of mine. Everyone's obsessed with it. It's so good. All the characters are so good. All the relationships are good. So good. Like, what was it like for you to get this role, Gabby?
It was really cool. It was really quick. Like, it's one of those things, like, you know, you audition. Like, most of acting is just people telling you no. That's like 95% of it. And then the other part is like acting. It's such a small part, especially like if you were at the place that I am and that I was in my career, you know, 6-foot-tall black lady looking for a job, more of a comedic bent. There's like not a lot of jobs. And so for that one, like, it was a really easy meeting. It was like an hour long. It was a Zoom. It was with like Bill Lawrence, you know, Brett Goldstein, Jason Segel, and Neil, our head writer. And, you know, it was just really
That was
easy.
the first meeting was with all of them?
Yeah. It was a real sausage fest.
Yeah.
A lovely one. A very, very kind one. But I remember talking to them for a long time, and I just really got along with them. There was no, like, forced thing. And then I got off the call and was like, well, it felt really good to me. Like,
yeah.
And, you know, whatever happens, like, good luck, you know, with the project in my head. I was like, it was cool. And then the next day, I got an offer pretty quickly, which was really nice. So it was really easy.
And the role, like, itself of Gabby, did it, like, spark interest in you for a certain reason? Were you like, oh,
I just love that I got to, like, we got to work together to make up Gabby. Like, that felt really cool.
That is cool.
Because sometimes people tell you, yeah, on a job, and then they want you to fit into this mold, or they want to cap your performance. But Bill was very clear that, like, they wanted me to add as much as I wanted to the character, you know. And of course, always in service of the story and in service of the writing, because we have great writers on the show. But, like, to really, like, you know, put myself into it. And that's like, it's nice when people trust you enough to give you yes, and they're not giving you a bullshit yes, which is like, yes, but under these,
right,
because you can give them the best performance ever, but they can still cut you out of it. They can, you know, not put the funny weird stuff in there. Everyone has to be on the same page. So Gabby is the product of like great writing, great directing, you know, great editing, really nice people at the top being like,
and great acting.
Oh, thank you. But being like, oh, we want to make the show sing. We want to have this actress. Like,
so you improv'd a lot.
Yeah, a lot.
That's so fun, because that's like what you
came up doing.
Yeah,
a lot of sketch, a lot of improv, and I like comedy, so they let me improvise a lot. Like, they're always like, you know, do the script, and I'm like, yeah, of course, because the script's great, and the show would be great if we just did the script. But
yeah, I
always want people to feel like they're watching something that's like alive. Like, I want people to feel, when they're looking at me, that something's happening and that I'm there, and they don't know what I'm going to say. I feel like if people know what I'm going to say, that's not quite what I want for Gabby, because she's very, like, alive.
Yeah.
And on the show, like, we're like a band, you know, everybody's playing their own instruments well, you know, when it's going well, and everybody's your favorite character, hopefully. And so for her, I want you to feel like things are happening in real time, and, like, there's, like, a vibrant, like she's alive. She has an aliveness. She's that makes
so
sense.
Alive.
Oh, thank you.
I love her.
But podcasting really helped with that. Like,
yeah,
it's like trying to keep the same. You know, we were talking before, and I was just kind of lying for no reason, which was weird. I think I need a nap, dude. I think I need a nap.
You need that 6 o'clock martini.
Yeah, and but like, I think, you know, we transition like seamlessly from talking to doing the podcast. That's the sweet spot. It's like, if you're like, you don't want it to be like action, and you're like, and then we became. It's like, no, like, you want it to feel like Like the better I get, the more it just feels like I'm talking and we're like recording it. Like you just kind of ignore the cameras.
That's so nice probably to feel that way, because I can imagine like you're like, okay, I have to stick to the script. Like when can I improvise? Like
yeah, I always try
doing
and
that dance.
Like I memorize the script ahead of time, and then I try and know places that I can pull over. Like I like to have alternative lines for different things, and I'm also not afraid to fail in that medium. Like I'm afraid to fail in a lot of other things. Like, but when I'm acting, I'm not as afraid, because like who cares? Just don't use it.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like being willing to make an ass of myself is the thing.
And they're all obsessed with you.
Oh,
I mean,
that's nice.
That's nice. Jason Segel said you're his Paul Rudd.
Yeah, that's
basically.
Crazy. That's crazy.
Harrison Ford. Did you see what Harrison Ford said about you?
The Yoda thing?
Yes.
Yeah, that's crazy too. I don't know why he did that. It's really weird.
He said,
everyone's so nice.
She's completely unrestrained in her imagination, her capacity to improvise. She gets where the jokes are, and she doesn't require a lot of talk about it. With her, I think of Yoda. There's no talk, only do.
Why would he do that? That's so nice. It makes me blush. Like, Black people definitely
it's Harrison
blush.
fucking Ford.
Yeah, why is he never wants to talk about Star Wars? Why did he bring up Yoda in on the Sunday LA Times paper? Like, he didn't have to do that. It's so weird.
Wait, did you have to tell him that they were going to call him?
No, they don't ask me that stuff. My team does it. Could you imagine if I had to text him and be like, dude, he would be like, what the fuck? Like, what?
If you had to text him and be like, hey,
God, I would never waste having his phone number for that.
Is he saved as Harrison Ford?
Yeah, for sure.
Just like that.
I don't know what I'm supposed to put in there. Like Pookie, do you put alternative names?
No, it would just feel weird.
It would confuse me also.
It would just feel weird.
It's like Mr. Ford. That's too much.
But was working with him, what was the most insane? Because Bill Lawrence, created such amazing shows. I'm sure we've all seen them. Scrubs, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. Jason Segel, such great people.
Yeah.
Brett Goldstein, Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
It's an exciting group.
Yeah, it's really special. I can't believe all of it has come together, and especially between the first season and second season. We had a writer's strike, and we had a long break because we were supposed to go as soon as the writer's strike happened. So for people to finally see the second season and for people to love it as much as they do, it's really tight.
And you're saying you're starting to film third?
Yeah, next month we should start. Hopefully everything goes well.
Did you read the script?
I know. I'm
stop.
The last to know. I'm really just out here
Wait, what do you mean the last? You get
the
sent?
Actors we're last on the line. We're the ones that at the end of the day, I know why we're so nuts. We're nuts because we have everything feels out of our control. So when you hear actors are divas and pulling weird stunts, it's because they just feel bad. We're the last in line. There's always someone hotter than you. They're always we have to audition for stuff and it feels bad. You're fully replaceable and you don't know if you're going to be in the damn thing. You don't know until you see it. You really can't tell people you're going to be in something because
you could get cut out.
Ain't. Sometimes you're just not in it, So
what you mean? You can
get cut out of shit all the time.
Have you been cut out of something?
Yeah, everybody has. So you learn really early on, don't tell people you're on stuff until you watch it on TV.
Stop.
We don't know. And then when stuff comes out and it's bad, people are just gonna tweet at you. They're not gonna find the producers.
Right.
They're gonna be theyeythey're gonna find you wherever you are, and they're gonna.
Well, it seems
hey.
Are you picky with stuff that you choose though?
I am. Yeah.
Oh, is it because of that? Because of the tweeting?
Yeah, the tweeting, dude. Everyone hurts my feelings. Every day is an exercise in how I can get through Earth without people hurting my feelings.
But really, how do you? Because it, like you said, it's such a hard industry. Yeah. But you still say no if things are shit
I have to, yeah. I feel really embarrassed if I don't want to make people cringe. I want people to trust me when they watch something that I at least thought something in it was good.
That's
I don't want
so
to tell
smart.
a story. Thank you. I don't want to tell stories about perfect characters. I don't know why people get mad when characters make choices they don't like. So you want to watch stories about people that aren't just out here doing some wild shit that you don't agree with. You want to watch a character that's just going to do stuff that you agree with. That's weird. It's just live your life then, It's stories are about conflict, and it's about, putting yourself in other people's shoes and watching stuff that you didn't think of, but being taken on a journey. I want to play women that are complicated and really interesting.
I love that Gabby gets more complicated this season even.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Give her some stuff.
That she's dealing with shit and her mom and her sister and
that's good.
And
that's
all this stuff. What about cuz would you want her to end up with Jimmy? Why is no one shipping that on the show?
No.
Why is no one shipping it?
There's no build up. Like the Jimmy thing was just such a like smash of, you know, like when you watch like Gabby with like Damon Wayans Jr.'s character, or like Jason and Colby Smulders, and you're like watching like romance happen and like percolate.
Yeah.
Right? You can tell the story where that's happening, and you're like, oh, there's like you're building warmth, you know. With Gabby and Jimmy, they like didn't build any. There's no warmth.
I know
for a reason. It's like,
but maybe it's because I love them separately.
Yeah.
That like I'm like, oh, but and she loves the daughter.
Yeah,
and, like, you know,
she's the godmom. But it's like also just like
fucked up a little.
Yeah, it's like, you know, it's a lot of times you would see two white people together. It's like, all right, let's see those white people together. I guess, you know, let's see
So there's no
together.
World in which that shipping.
I don't know. I'm not in charge. You know, I don't. You know.
Imagine
Bill.
yours. And imagine,
you're like asking me. You have Bill on already. Like, could you imagine if I was just like talking about the plot? You know how like bad that would be for me.
Imagine like they actually write you in as getting together next season.
They're like, oh, we listened to the podcast. Like Bill's like, yeah, like that freaking guy's gonna be like,
Gabby's
oh,
actually in love with Jimmy, and he's now with not. I don't know if everyone watched that episode, but seeing Robin all of a sudden.
I know. They're so great together.
That's so smart.
I know.
And that was
genius.
so fun. I loved
They're
it.
gorgeous together.
Gorgeous.
But again, it's like my only job is to show up and do my lines like every day. You know, actors, we don't. Again, like it's so out of our control. You know, but we're the ones that people are like, it should be this. It should be
yeah.
You're like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Like, all right, I need this money.
Well, you were nominated for an Emmy.
I was, yeah.
Which is
crazy.
huge.
Yeah.
And the show, Jason and Harrison are nominated for a Golden Globe.
Michael Urie got nominated for a Critics' Choice Award this year.
Damn.
I know.
The only thing that because I'm like, I'm not a half glass full, I'm like half glass empty kind of gal.
Yeah.
So I'm like, but the show wasn't nominated.
The show wasn't nominated. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like people are like catching on to Shrinking. Like it's still like
they are
under the radar show. You know?
They are.
Yeah.
And that's why I was like shook. And then we were all kind of like, it's annoying. It's annoying that it wasn't nominated this year.
It's okay. It's not, you know, it's all like, it's good if you get nominated, but it's also just, it doesn't matter. It's like so external. That praise is so
that
external.
World, yeah.
It's like very easy to get caught in a trap. And I have to work on it. I do therapy every week, you know, and it's
do?
a trap. Yeah, for a long time.
Really?
Yeah, this friggin' society, it's crazy. Can't be running around here.
No, but keeping up with it.
Not working on the mental health.
But keeping up with it is hard.
It is hard.
Yeah.
Some days I don't feel like it. Like last week I got on and I was like,
oh, you're doing Zoom? You're doing Zoom?
Yeah. After COVID.
Yeah, no one's going back.
Was like, we ain't got to do this person. I mean, the craziest one is when they do Reiki, like over a call. Have you ever done that?
No.
It's nuts. That's a different conversation.
Over Zoom?
Yeah, over the phone.
Wait, is that not like stuff on your body?
It is.
So who's doing it?
It's a lady on the phone. Well, now I want you to do it because I want to see. Like,
wait, did it affect you?
Yeah, you can feel it.
Stop.
Yeah, it's weird.
Well, I would probably do it over the phone more than not over the phone.
I know.
Do you know what I mean? Like I would do it not going more than I'd go.
I know. I mean, I'm easily suggestible though. Like I want to believe. Like
yes.
X-Files. Like I want to believe. Like I want a fitness trend. Like I want to do it. Like I want to do. I want to do stuff. Like I want to go to like a new experience. Like I want to go to Disneyland. I want to go to like
have you not been to
farm? No, but like I always want to go. Like I want to go to
you're down to go.
Yeah, I want to go to a Guy Fieri restaurant. Like I want to do everything. Like I don't really discriminate.
Really?
Yeah.
But are you gonna keep doing it as a question?
No, but I want to try it.
Oh, okay.
So
you're not gonna
like it.
Okay.
I'll do like nonsense.
But the therapy every week.
Mm-hmm.
So you show up to the Zoom even when you're not in a meeting. My question is, even when you're not in the mood, I mean.
Oh, yeah, I got on and I was like, look, I forgot this was happening. I'll pay for it, but I don't feel like talking.
Stop.
And she was like, okay, well, how was your week? And I was like, oh, my God, I had the crazy. And I she had to tell me this is our time at the end of it. So it's like, even when I don't feel like it.
How rude when they say that. Like,
yeah, she wraps up really nicely.
No, I know.
She's not abrupt.
That's an art,
yeah.
by the way, the wrapping up. Like mine used to do, because I don't go anymore. She used to do like, let's say I'd be like, and then my sister was so annoying and she'd be like, no, and listen, we'll talk about how she's very annoying. We have to go, but I'll just say that
that's
like
nice.
she'll put it in, but then she'll keep going.
Yeah.
She'll keep going for a second.
Yeah, she's patted it.
Did you get any inspo from her for Gabby?
No. I just know therapy because I've been doing it, but also like a lot of the jobs that I get cast as teachers a lot. Like it's weird. I always play a teacher. Like people want me to give them advice. It's a podcaster. So I just
in Roadhouse you were like the manager.
Yeah, I'm like in charge. You know, I'm like I gotta handle it. like, I guess. But meanwhile, like, I need a nap.
Wait, is that
weird.
crazy? No. Well, you do have this like this vibe.
What is it?
Like you're not an idiot, you know?
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
I would hope not.
Yeah.
Shit.
You have that vibe.
Oh,
like
nice.
you know what's up, you know?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to like I don't like bullshit. I don't want like smoke. And then I think when you get in your 30s, like it's just the wisdom of getting older.
Ugh, I love it.
You just you're tired more for a reason. So you have to like trim the fat of like nonsense.
Do you like being in your 30s?
I do.
Yeah.
It's tight. I
it's
love
good,
it.
right?
You in your 30s?
Okay, I don't know. Were you thinking 40s or 20s?
I was thinking 30s.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm in my 30s. I'm older than you.
Yeah, okay. In what way? Like how much older?
Like in 1 year way.
1 year way to 40?
No!
36?
You're 35.
I'm 35.
I'm 36.
Oh, great. Yeah, you seem perfectly 36.
Okay, I'd like 23.
Why?
Just
you
to look. Just look.
Dude, no way.
That's true. I might be hotter now. Okay, I might be hotter now.
When's the last time you talked to a 20? You are way hotter now. Are you
probably
kidding
am.
me? When's
Everyone
the last time you
kind
talked
of
to a
is.
23-year-old?
They're
stressed. They're stressed. Like, they are stressed. Like, the one 23-year-old I talk to all the time is Lakita Maxwell, who plays Alice.
Oh,
and she
my
lives
God.
by me. And she's my baby woman. Like,
she's your baby woman?
She's my baby woman. Like, she lives by me. I see her. She's always down to come outside. She has the energy to come outside.
Come outside?
She, like, goes
outside.
outside.
Is this shrinking? What do you mean come outside?
Like, if we're in the neighborhood, if I'm out, I'm always out in my neighborhood. I'm like, girl, pull up. I'm having, like, a, I'm having a martini. Come pull up. Like, she's a last minute pull up.
She pulls up?
Yeah, that's my favorite kind of person is a pull up.
Okay, so she's 23 and stressed?
Yeah, she's like, she's also, they're all like, who am I? Like, I'm 23, which they should be. That's the beauty of being 23. But like, dude, being in your 30s is so tight.
Yeah, it is.
It's sick.
Like, you know who you are more.
Yeah, you're like not going to hang out with anybody you don't like at all.
Right.
Really. Hopefully you're done with that, Like,
yeah.
No nonsense. You hopefully you get paid a little more at your job, a little more. I mean, we're millennials, so there's not a lot of jobs, and it's hard buying a house. But hopefully, in your career, you kind of have more of a sense of what you will and will not do. Because you already did all the bullshit of like, in your 20s.
So are you giving her, Lukita? Are you giving her advice?
I try to, but wisdom is like you get advice from everybody. Really, like I learned so much.
Like I'm picturing you on the bench with her, like Harrison Ford.
No.
Okay.
I'm too silly.
You said come outside.
I'm more auntie vibes. Like, I'm like full-time auntie. Like, no.
Are you an aunt for real though?
Yeah.
Do you have
I have like four
nieces and nephews?
Yeah.
Are you good aunts?
Kids? Probably not. My sister says probably I don't come over enough, but I think so. I'm like, I'll play fight with them and they're funny to me. I talk to them like they're adults, I get them gifts.
Talking to them like they're adults is the shit.
I know. It's like we're gonna everybody's gonna
baby
you. I know you need to.
Yeah.
I know you need to talk about Paw Patrol like an adult. You're gonna tell me about Paw Patrol.
Okay, this is a PSA for anyone who rents. If you haven't heard of Built, you're about to thank me. Earning points on rent can now be a reality for you when you pay your rent through Built. You don't even have to check with your landlord to start earning points that you can use towards flights, hotel stays, fitness classes, and even your next rent payment. So if you're a renter, I'd start taking advantage of Built if I were you, because you can earn points on groceries, travel, practically everything you buy. Built really changed the game, allowing renters to earn points because we're so used to earning points just when we fly. And then it's like, oh, we can earn points when we eat. Now you can earn points when you pay rent. So let me break it down for you. There's no cost to join Built. As a member, you're going to earn valuable points on rent and your everyday spending. Built points can be transferred to your favorite hotels and airlines, and also ones that you haven't heard of. There are over 500 airlines and 700,000 hotels and properties around the world where you can redeem your Built points. Points can also be redeemed towards a future rent payment and unique experiences that only Built members can access. So if you're not earning points on rent, my question is, why not? Start earning points on rent you're already paying by going to joinbuilt.com/notskinny. That's JOINBILT.com/notskinny. Make sure to use my URL so they know we sent you. Joinbuilt.com/notskinny to start earning points on your rent payments today.
Like, and you and Krista, your friendship on the show, I love that it went from frenemies to like.
Yeah, seeing people be enemies is boring.
You as friends is just gold.
Yeah, it's nice.
And the vibes are all so fun.
Yeah, you kind of don't. I mean, maybe you see that relationship more on TV, but you definitely don't see like Gabby and Paul a lot on TV. Like, I don't know if Harrison's ever had that many scenes with like a millennial black lady before, in his whole career.
And he's obviously obsessed. Do you feel that he loves you, or were you shocked by the LA Times thing?
Both. I was only shocked by the Yoda thing. It was actually really weird that this guy literally talked about yoga like on his own free will. Yoda. That's
Wait,
weird.
did you give him shit for it after?
No, I'm never gonna talk to him about that. But I know it was like a big deal to me, and then I just never read it again. But it's definitely in my head. Like, that he spoke about it. I don't know if you ever seen him do an interview where people ask him about Star Wars. He's like, he can't even.
Wow.
Like,
so it's a really big deal.
Why would he want to talk about it? Why would he want to? It's like the thing that everyone asks him about every single day of his life.
I know. He's
Why
over it.
Why would he ever want to talk about that?
He's over it.
I don't like when people ask me about
what? Oh my God, I want to ask you. Tell me.
Being tall.
Who asks you about being tall?
That's like everybody. Like,
Okay,
but
you
brought.
It
gets boring.
But you brought it up like 3 times. I'm just saying.
I'm allowed to talk about it.
Okay,
it's like
fine.
saying the N-word. Like, I can say it, but not everybody else can say it.
So, but you're saying people are like, hi, you're tall. What's up?
Sometimes, yeah. And it's like, I'll talk about it, but it's like, all right, I know. Oh.
Do you love being tall?
Now I do, I guess. Now I guess. I mean, I brought it up first.
No, you did.
It's fine.
But for the tall thing, since we're on it.
Yeah.
Dating and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you care?
I do.
About height?
A lot to me. Yeah,
okay. So like they need to be taller.
6 and over. I'm 6 and over, baby.
They can match you then.
Yeah, I guess.
You don't love it. You don't love it.
I want to be baby. Like when I get in a chair, dude, and like my feet are swinging, I'm like, I am so cute right now.
It was so cute.
I want my feet swanging, girl.
Like, there's a world in which you'd want to be short.
Yeah, it's cute.
Really?
More clothes, yeah.
More clothes.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'4".
Oh my God, how nice. Do you feel as boopy? Do you feel boopy?
I do feel boopy sometimes.
Yeah.
I do, like, next door, like, when we take a pic, I'll feel probably cute.
Yeah, that's nice.
I'll be like,
I feel, when on my great days, which is most days.
But I also want to be tall.
That's nice. It's nice. I feel statuesque. Like I feel like, and I didn't understand poise in my, like when I was like a teenager and I was tall. Felt more like olive oil. Like I felt like, like, oh.
Mm-hmm.
And then in my 20s, you figuring it out. And then in my 30s, when I see a tall woman, and I'm sitting, I go, wow, she's tall, and she looks so like. Elegant, like it looks like, and then I stand and I'm the same height as her. Or she's only 5'11" and I'm 6. And I go, that's what it's like when you see me.
Oh,
but
wow.
I only know it, and I'm sure tall women do this, but I only know it because I'm sitting down and I'll see a tall woman walk by. Or I go to basketball games a lot, and I go to Sparks games. And like,
what are Sparks?
The Sparks are our LA women's team, and I love the Liberty too, which is the New York team. But when I go, I'll look and be like, oh, I'll feel so cozy. Like, I'm like, oh, these are my people. So when I see tall women, they can talk to me about being tall.
Did they?
But it feels really cozy.
It's because you were tall. Were you ever inclined to play basketball because of it?
I tried, but it wasn't for me. Like, I didn't like the yelling. There's a lot of screaming in sports, actually. And I'm a really sensitive person. And so when there's like screaming,
like they yell at each other.
Well, no, the audience is like, yeah,
no,
boo, like that. It's loud. It's really loud. And so for me, like, I'm so sensitive, like I can't drown that out. So I'm like more scared. Like I remember trying it when I was in the 2nd grade and just being like,
because you were already tall.
Well, just doing basketball, like, and I was already a bit taller than everybody in my age group. But, 2nd, 3rd grade, giving it a try, I just remember being so scared because everybody was screaming.
That is overwhelming.
And
I don't think
really
about
bad,
it. Because but what if you're doing a comedy show?
It's different.
It's like different, huh?
They're like laughing, and I'm like, yeah, cool.
Wait,
that's like, I'm like, that's like crack. I'm like, like give it to me. Like that's my high.
Yeah.
It's like people laughing.
Wait, so you're saying you were doing it in 2nd grade, and you remember feeling what?
Scared. Like I was like really scared of the yelling and the screaming. If I'm supposed to focus on all these people moving, like that's like a really amazing skill to have.
Right.
But with doing live shows, I'm in control. I feel like I'm in control. And then our podcast. Our format was we would record them live, in a venue.
All of your podcasts were live?
Yeah, we would do it at.
Oh, so that's a huge production.
We would do it at the Bell House, and then our comedy specials we did at the King's Theater in Brooklyn. So that's like a big, insane house.
Yes.
But yeah, it's like, but you do it, you do it so much. People are like, I don't know how you podcast. You just, whatever your craft is, you hone in on it.
No, but the fact that you had to do it live with the whole production.
Yeah.
And an audience.
Yeah. We would shoot some of the headers and bumpers like in studio. We did it with WNYC, so we would shoot that in studio. But yeah, we would always do it live. Our guests were live. We would have our stand-ups and stuff were live. We were talking and figuring it out live. It's like.
Was your co-host bummed when did you kind of leave because of acting?
No, I was very mutual.
Oh, okay.
I think she was fine. Like,
yeah.
I think we're both doing like our own things. It's like a full-time job, and that show is a full-time job because it's live. It's not like a studio thing where you can just kind of patch in.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, and I think our last thing was in 2019. So. Pandemic happened right after that. I don't know how that would have gone.
But it's so cool that you can say that you were like you had a huge pod.
I guess I forget about it.
You forget about it, huh?
Yeah.
It's like a past life.
Yeah, well.
Wait, it was
Daily
after.
Show too. It was concurrent with the Daily Show halfway through. And then after the Daily Show for a little bit. And then I just started focusing. And then I took some time off for like a year. And then
do you pop in at the Daily Show? You did a pop in.
I just started, yeah. And then Jon's gonna stay, so I plan on doing a lot of pop-ins.
Stop.
I never thought there'd be a world where I could be like an actor and do corresponding at the same time. But now that I'm on, because remember I told you like, kind of quitting that correspondence stuff so I could be taken seriously as an actor. But maybe there's a world where I'm acting and still playing Gabby and being a correspondent. Would be really cool.
I don't see why not.
Yeah, especially now. It's like people can see the work.
Yeah.
You have something you can turn on and be like, oh, okay, she's an actor. Oh, she's a correspondent. And
yeah.
That's for me. And I just love working with Jon anyway.
And you love doing it. Yeah. Did you stay in touch with him all these years?
Hell no. It's like Harrison Ford. It's like, you don't need to talk to me. I don't need to talk to. I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need anything.
Like
from
no
them.
check-ins. Like no like.
No, I don't need it. I'll see him on a Knicks. I'll see you at a Knicks game. I'll see you, watching it. But it's like no. I have my friends. Like I have friends that I talk to. I don't need to talk to either of them.
I'm dead. I have my friends.
They have their life. Like they need to go do that. I feel like so many people want stuff from them. It's like, I don't want to be a part of it.
But like you love each other.
Of course.
And and coming back and doing this together is probably going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I love both of them. I hadn't seen Harrison in a long time and I saw him last
week.
I
love how you're lumping them together, Harrison.
Yeah, they're just these guys that they're just these guys that are like big stars, but they're kind of inaccessible to the general public. Like they don't do interviews a lot and they have lives and they have hobbies and they like keep to themselves. It's a certain kind of actor.
Yeah.
It's not someone that's trying to like.
It's not celeb-y, maybe.
Yeah, that's like trying to get papped or something. Like,
yes.
I like actors like that. I want to be one day an actor like that. They try they try and have balance in their lives, and I feel really lucky to be able to work with actors like that. Really, that's like the dream. Really, it's like, a sweet spot. I feel like. So with those guys, especially, I try and be very like cognizant of not trying to seem like I want something from them.
Yeah.
And that means not forcing a relationship and just loving them when I work with them. And I saw Harrison last week and I hadn't seen him in like 5 months. And when I saw him, he was wackadoo because we were like, we were doing a panel and like for some reason they sat me in between Ted McGinley and Harrison and both of them were just being wackadoo. Like they were like on one, both of them. And I just missed him. I got a little misty, especially since I have so much estrogen from this damn egg retrieval IVF stuff. And like, I was like, oh, I really missed him a lot. And it was really nice. And so I turned and I was like, I really missed you. And he was like, I missed you too, and that was that. And that's like, that was just enough, I don't need anything from him.
Yeah. You don't need to be like, you are getting misty.
Yeah. Stay out of my eyes. They weren't going to see that from wherever they are.
Stay out of my eyes.
It's really, I'm a crier though. I'm a crybaby.
Stop.
Yeah, that's why I don't be going outside that much. I don't try to. Everything hurts my feelings. Like, it's crazy.
Is that a Leo thing? Because you mentioned you're a Leo. Yeah. Really? I thought Leos were like strong.
No, they get a little thing in their paw, like a little thorn in their paw, and they're like, oh. Like, we're babies. Fire signs are babies. So like Leos, Sages, and like Aries. We're like.
What's your rising?
Aries. So I'm a Leo sun, Leo moon, Aries rising. So it's all
Leo
fire.
sun, Leo moon, Aries rising. I'm a Gemini sun.
Yeah.
I just found out my moon and rising.
What are they? These are
Sag.
Ooh, cool. Sag. I'm a Sagittarius. Is crazy.
Because I just learned it.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not in the world. Sag.
But to be like Sag is like, that's kind of like, that's a little like ignorant. Like, I want to know everything about it's a little egg. Like, that's a little.
Okay. Sag.
Yeah, there you go.
And Cancer.
Okay.
Rising.
You got a lot going on in there, huh?
So Sag, are they the like...
Sages are nuts, dude.
Oh,
my
okay.
best friends, two of my best friends in the whole world are Sagittariuses, and it's a really good match with Leos. Like, fire signs are great together.
Would you want to like romantically be with a Sag?
Yeah, they're like good for that. Like, Leos are good with Aries and Sages, I think. But like, it's like what's your husband?
Taurus.
Oh, okay. My dog's a Taurus.
He's kind of like a dog.
Is he?
Yeah.
In what way?
Like loyal and patient. And I heard that Tauruses can go both ways depending on the date, but he's a match. Like, I would tell someone, like, if you're a Gemini like me, go with a Taurus like that because it works,
really?
You know?
Cool.
But if people have told me Taurus stories that are crazy, that's why you don't know.
My dad's a Taurus too. Like, it's crazy that I brought on my dog first before my dad.
No, I can't.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, my dog. Like,
no,
yeah.
it's crazy that you're talking about your dog's sign. Like, I've never heard someone do it.
I needed to know. I need to know. And he's very
his personality.
so laid back. Yeah, he's like very laid back.
Oh, see, so Tauruses are laid back.
They are,
okay, so it's a thing.
They're Tauruses.
Wait, so you grew up where in California?
I grew up in like outside of LA, so it would be like not Manhattan or Brooklyn. Like, here it would be like Staten Island or something, like, or Jersey.
Oh,
like,
stop.
Yeah, the area is like 20 miles out of LA. That's where I grew up. It's the South Bay area. It's called south of the 10.
Wow.
Yeah, it's great.
So you're a California girly.
I am, yeah.
And wait, and shrinking or shooting in Pasadena for realsies?
It's the other end of the 110. So where I grew up is the south end. Shrinking's the other end. So
Pasadena's cool. It seems cool.
Yeah, it's nice. It's not cool. It's like it's nice, right?
It's nice.
It's not cool though.
Yeah.
It's like cooler areas are more like Highland Park.
So what's cool? Los Feliz?
Kinda. I mean, I guess.
It's not
like,
cool anymore.
It depends on what kind of cool you want, right? Like, so there's like cool. Like, there's Williamsburg, I guess, which isn't that cool to me. Like,
it's not cool. I mean, it was
Silver Lake's
cool.
gone the way of Williamsburg in that there's like
Silver Lake, right?
There's now like an Apple store or something, you know, where you're like, that's weird. Like, and I lived in Williamsburg a long time ago.
Oh, you
like,
did?
It wasn't like that, yeah. But Williamsburg now is a completely different place. Silver Lake is now similar to that, I would say. But like cool to me is like I like malls. Like, I like malls. I like going to them. I like going to the movies at a mall. But I still want to go, like, you know, I want to see like people of color still. I mean, my people, like, and I still also want to like go to an art gallery. You know, I still want to do that. I want to be close to things, but I don't need to be in the mix. I don't need to be in Silver Lake. I want to be able to drive to Silver Lake, but I still like want to go to the Americana at Glendale. Like, I still want to go to the mall.
You still want to go
like
to the
I want
mall.
Resources.
Like, you want to go to the mall to shop?
Yeah.
Damn.
No, and go to the movies. Like,
and
that's
go
where
to
you
the
go
movies.
to AMC. You can get like laser seats and stuff. Like, I want to go see the fountains shoot up in the air. Like, that's cool to me. Like, I want to have access to stuff, but I don't want to be in the shit. Like, I want to be like off the
So New York isn't really for you because you're in the shit kind of everywhere you go.
Kinda, but there's parts. Like, I like Brooklyn. Like, I lived in Brooklyn for a while before I left, and there was like pockets of it. Like, I lived in Clinton Hill for a while. Clinton Hill's really different.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Like Bed-Stuy, like where you could still go to stuff, and there's still great bars at that time, and there's still people of color. But now it's really different.
Now
it's
it is
always
different.
changing.
It's just wild when I meet people that are like in the industry and they're actually from like LA. You know what I mean? Because everyone kind of like moves there.
Yeah, that's why it makes me mad when people are like, I hate LA. Like, it's like everyone's so fake, and it's like, yeah, because you're like going and dropping in West Hollywood, you weirdo. Like, that's not LA. LA's big. It's really big. You know, I like where I grew up. It's like so many people are not in the industry. It's like very multicultural.
Like, not everyone's
diverse.
trying to be an actor.
No, it's like laid back and cool. You go to the beach every day. You got bomb ass food. Like, everyone's really like laid back. You know, it's like beach culture. It's like.
And where you live now, it's beach culture?
No, Eagle Rock's not by the water. But where I grew up, like the South Bay, it's like kind of like middle class, like working class by the water, which is a really nice way to grow up.
That is a nice way to grow up.
Yeah.
Did you always know that you wanted to do comedy?
Yeah, I knew when I was really young. Like, my grandma was like my favorite person, and she would, when she'd babysit me, she lived in the valley. She watched like Saturday Night Live, and she'd watch Mad TV. She'd watch
Mad TV. Miss
she'd
Swan.
watch Adult Swim.
Remember her?
I do remember Miss Swan. Stewie, the big baby. What was it? Stewart. What was
Just
the baby's
wild.
name?
Like Miss Swan. Would that like not that would not happen today,
no
huh?
No way, dude. No way. A lot of that Mad TV stuff was
Mad
edgy.
TV, like it's canceled as fuck.
I know.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Like, context matters. Like, when you have like, you know. it's not up to me, you know, to say culturally what's okay. You
Yeah.
know, I could only say what I saw.
Yeah.
And what I was watching. And I like all kinds of comedy as long as it's not like punching down. So yeah, Miss Swan could not happen today. It's like, I don't think that that's a woman of that race doing that race. You know, that's like not good.
That's not good.
Know?
Miss
But
Swan
like,
is not good.
I watched everything, and my grandma watched everything, for better or for worse. And like, you know, she just had a really good sense of humor, and she had like a really like kind of like bad. She wasn't like someone who grabbed her pearls. She was more like a Vegas, like lived a hard life, like drinking, swearing kind of lady. So she was like my favorite person. I thought she was really cool growing up. And so I knew I always wanted to do comedy, and I auditioned for like, you know, high school, middle school comedy stuff, and I got it, and it just made sense to me. And
oh wow, you got like gigs when you were younger?
No, I would get parts like in musicals and in comedies, and we would go do drama festivals, and
she would come with you, your grandma?
Yeah, she did in the beginning. She passed when I was in 10th grade maybe.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But you know, I knew that was sort of always what I wanted. I knew my brain was really quick. It's really sensitive and it's really quick. So I knew like that was kind of what I wanted to do, like think on my feet. There's kind of a thrill of it. I mean, you do it too. It's like thinking on your feet when you do podcasts, and you really have to like focus on the other person and like be there with them for an hour, you know? And I like the thrill of that. You know, I like the thrill of maybe we're going to fail, you know, maybe, you know, the joke's not going to work. It's not going to land. And there's something really exciting about that to me.
So were you doing like clubs? Like
No.
were you doing stand-up ever?
No, I never
Oh, you
did
never
stand-up.
did stand-up.
I did something called Comedy Sports in high school and in college, and it's like, whose line is it anyway? It's like theater games.
Yeah.
It's very dorky when I did it.
Were you dorky though?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm very earnest. I'm a very earnest person. Like, I'm not like a cool person. I'm like very sweet.
Very sweet.
I am. I'm very sweet. Like, I'm sure I seem like I'm like kind of like always in charge, you know, in scenes, because I'm like a very sweet person. It's like a defense mechanism. And from living in New York, it's like it changes you, I feel like. And then so I did that, and then I did Upright Citizens Brigade.
So, yeah.
And I did that, and I did sketch there. And then I got the Daily Show from there. And that was
the trajectory.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now you're back. I mean, 10 years, right? 22, 35. You're about to be back.
Crazy. Yeah.
And the way the world turns.
Yeah.
I love that.
Thank you.
And I think you could do it all, by the way.
Appreciate it.
Okay, we talked about everything. I can't believe it.
I can. You know I was podcasting.
No.
You're a great interviewer.
But I want to know. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I want to know what else you want to do next. Could you see yourself like directing? Now that you're saying even that you're like in charge in a scene and stuff, could you see yourself like taking more of that role?
Definitely. One day I could see myself directing. Yeah. I think a lot of directing is about knowing how to speak to actors and having like a point of view and framing. I mean, yeah, one day I want to do that. I like being like a multi-hyphenate and not locking myself into anything. But
yeah.
I mean, the main thing is I want to have a really nice full life. Like, I want to work, but I don't want to live to work, you know? I want like to work to live my life. Like, or I don't know, is it reverse? I don't know. I need a nap, dude.
Is it the same?
I don't know. Is it symbiotic? Dude, I don't know. But I think I want to have really good work-life balance. That's like really important.
You know what I think?
What?
That you're such an intentional person.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a really nice compliment.
Like, I feel like you have so many intentions. Like, you know what you're doing. You know what you want. You know how you want it. You know where. Like, I feel like I'm kind of gel.
You're kind of gel?
I'm kind of gel.
What are you talking about? You have a really successful podcast.
No, but like, thank you.
Now. This takes a lot of work.
No, but I want like the intention.
It feels. Can I just tell you something? I feel
What?
like you're like doing the thing where you're like you're in it and you don't realize it, but you're like in it. You're like you have a very specific voice and you have a really successful, great podcast.
Thank
like
you so much.
doing it, you know.
You're gonna get me misty.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
No,
Are you a crier?
I am.
Are you?
I am.
That's nice.
I am.
I like it. It's nice, especially after the pandemic. It's like, why? Who cares?
But you're so cool. And thank
Really?
you so much. And I was telling your publicist, because she came in and I was like, oh my God, yeah, we did it through because so many times with the podcast, I don't know if you remember, you had one, but like the way things happen, they happen differently, right? Can come to you and this was like me being like, I want Jessica Williams on my podcast.
Yeah.
So we like reached out to your publicist
Really?
and we made it happen.
Yeah, thank you.
So I'm
I
like,
appreciate
so I'm so happy.
Thank you so much.
Yay.
That's really nice. I'm happy I did it.
Thank you.
Thank
Well,
you.
everybody, if you're not obsessed with shrinking, you know it's my fucking favorite show on TV. So go fucking catch up now because season 3 is about to start filming and you don't want to be late on that. So thank you for listening and thank you for coming.
Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.